If you are a woman, you should be rich because then we're moving the statistics. We need more wealth in the hands of more women. Wanting more is greedy. Wanting more is selfish. I should be happy with what I have right now. So wanting more is even ungrateful. So the more money you're going to have, the more happiness you're going to have because your whole family, it's going to be much more taken care of by you. There is this limiting belief around that says money doesn't buy happiness. And I am sure that that was one broke guy on a farm who told that to another broke guy on a farm. Welcome to Blisstopia podcast. I'm your host, Mercedes Castellani, life purpose coach, business owner, and your spiritual guide on all things mindset, manifestation, and purpose. This podcast is a space for deep reflections, meaningful conversations to help you expand your mind, dive into the depths of your soul, and create a life that makes you feel alive. Whether you're walking, driving, or simply vibing, take a deep breath and get ready to dive. Hello, my love. Welcome to another episode of Blisstopia podcast. I'm your host, Mercedes Castellani, and today we're going to talk about 5 reasons why you should be rich. Like literally 5 reasons why you owe it to yourself, you owe it to the world, 5 reasons why you should be rich. And why did I decide to frame this episode in this way? The reason why I decided to create this episode is because in my private sessions, I see so many women who desire wealth, who desire abundance, who desire a life of overflow. And sometimes all of those things can be confused with being greedy. Being too ambitious can be perceived as being greedy. Maybe if you're too ambitious, it can be perceived as being selfish, whether that is a self perception. So you think that that is going to make you greedy or selfish, or you are afraid that other people might think that now you are greedy or selfish. So this episode basically is me answering to that limiting belief. That's a very deep limiting belief that says wanting more is greedy. Wanting more is selfish. I should be happy with what I have right now. So wanting more is even ungrateful. So my aim for this episode today is to really set a fire under your belly so that you can actually own your desire, own your ambition. It is okay to be ambitious. And that is why I decided to frame this episode this way: 5 reasons why you should be rich. So let's dive into reason number 1. Reason number 1 why you should be rich. First of all, it is going to make you happier. So there is this limiting belief around that says money doesn't buy happiness. And I am sure that that was one broke guy on a farm who told that to another broke guy on a farm. Yeah, whatever. Anyways, money doesn't buy happiness. And then we've been repeating that for centuries, centuries, when in reality, more money allows you to build your own version of happiness. For example, maybe your version of happiness is related to pursuing your life purpose. You would love to create your own company. You would love to own your own business. Maybe you would love to open up a beautiful flower shop with the most gorgeous, luxurious flowers. And guess what? You're going to need money for that. You're going to need money to put a deposit, to find a shop, to buy the flowers in the first place, to run some ads so that people come and see you. You're going to need some money for the event, the opening event of your business. You're going to need to inject some money so that your business, your purpose can actually start and flourish. Let's imagine that your happiness is tied to health. You love going to the gym. You love a good Pilates session. You love a good yoga session. You love eating healthy. You love eating organics. You're very mindful of microplastics and you're very mindful of pesticides, and you try to avoid all of the crap that they're trying to put into our food. And you're trying to have good food for yourself, good organic food for yourself. Well, all of that, yoga, PT, good organic food, All of those things will cost you money. So you will need more resources in order to prioritize your health and eat in the best possible way, wear the best possible clothes that don't have any kind of chemical substances and stuff on it. You're going to need more money to be healthy. You need more money. You could go to the woods for sure, that is for free. But if you want to eat good organic food, that will cost you more money than regular food. So you're going to need more money in order to be healthier. Let's imagine that your priority in life are your children. Your dream in this lifetime is to be a mom, and you want to provide the absolute best for your children, the absolute best food, the absolute best clothes, the absolute best education, the absolute best opportunities in life later on. All of that is going to cost you a lot of money. Having children costs a lot of money. So the more money you're going to have, the more happiness you're going to have, because your whole family, it's going to be much more taken care of by you. And then even imagine that you want to take care maybe of your parents, and you want to take them on trips or allow them to retire early, and kind of like give back a little bit of all of the beautiful things that you've received from them. You will need more money in order to provide more for your family, whether that's your own family that you started, or whether that's your brothers, sisters, your parents, etc. Let's imagine that your happiness is linked to art. Maybe you're a painter and you want to showcase and show your art to the world. You will need some money to find an atelier where you can paint. You're going to need some money to run some ads so that people come to your events. You're going to need some money to set up a gallery. Of course, then you're going to make money from your art, but you need to make that initial investment. And even let's imagine that you're a spiritual girly, just like me, who loves yoga, who loves to go to retreats, who loves to learn from very, very, very experienced spiritual gurus. All of that is going to cost you money. If you want to go to a retreat in Bali, if you want to go to a retreat in Mallorca, all of those things are going to cost you money. Of course, you can also meditate in your home. This is not an excuse, but you can go much, much, much further in your spiritual journey with a bit more money. And also, let's imagine that you're spiritual and you want to donate money to, I don't know, to your own church, or you want to donate money to your own Buddhist center so that they have a more beautiful space for meditations. All of those things are going to be are going to benefit from the place that you, from the, all of those things are going to benefit from the fact that you are going to have more money. So I don't know who came up with this lie that money doesn't buy happiness, but it is just BS. The truth is that no matter what your definition of happiness is, having more money, it's going to allow you to put some turbo, put some power in those areas that are particularly important for you. So the first reason why you should be rich is that you will literally be happier. And the second reason why why you should be rich is that your inner circle will benefit from this. Imagine that you become a fucking millionaire. Your partner is going to benefit from this because maybe now you get to do amazing trips together. You can buy gifts for your partner. You can maybe even retire them from their own job and you guys can travel together or just work here and there remotely. But that level of wealth brings so much freedom to a couple. Your friends will benefit from this. Maybe you can invite them to dinners. You can, if they have some issues, maybe you can lend them money and allow them to get out of a complicated situation just because you can give them 10K that will support them in one specific time in their lives. Maybe your family is going to benefit because if you have more money, maybe you can take your parents on amazing holidays that they've never had, or you can even retire them and send them to Costa Rica and live the best possible life while they're still young and they still have good health, maybe you get to do that for them. So the second reason why you should be rich, it's because everybody around you in your life will benefit from this. Everybody will benefit from this. And not only from an economic perspective, not only because there will be literally more money around them, but the fact that you are going to be happier, the fact that reason number one is there and you are happier, you are going to be a better partner, a better daughter, a better spouse, a better cousin, a better sister. You are going to be a better friend just because you're happier. So, reason number one, you being happy creates even more on reason number two. Your inner circle will be happier as a consequence of you being happier and you having more money. The third reason why you should be rich is that you can do more good with your money. I know that there is a limiting belief out there that says that maybe rich people are selfish, rich people are bad, rich people are evil, rich people are corrupt. All of these things are lies. Money amplifies who you already are. And if you're listening to this podcast, if you are in the Blisstopia community, I am sure you have a huge heart and you are extremely kind. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be a match. So I am sure that if you're listening to this podcast episode, if you're part of this community, you are a person, a woman with a gigantic heart. And I know that this bit can seem a little bit scary because you're like, what if I get rich and I become a horrible person? No, baby. You are a magnificent woman and money amplifies who you already are. Think of money as a knife. You can kill with that knife or you can cook a delicious meal for your family. Money is exactly the same. Money, you can do magnificent things. You can donate money. You can contribute to education, to health in your country. You can contribute to peace in the world with your money. You can adopt a child with your money. You can do amazing things with your money, or you can do horrible things, sustain war, buy things that we don't need and that is harming the planet, etc., etc. So when you get more money because you are a kind person, you will be able to do more good. So you can start thinking about this. You can start fantasizing with this. When I will get more money, where will I donate? What will I do with this money? How am I going to create more good around me with this money? So if you're generous with more money, you're going to be able to be even more generous. If you're kind, you're going to be able to be even more kind with more money. You're going to be able to pamper yourself. You're going to be able to pamper other people. So you can start dreaming with all of these things. What are you going to do when you're going to have more money? How are you going to do more good to the world and to the people around you when you get more money? And this is something you can journal on. When I'm going to make more money, how am I going to use this money? Let's give money a purpose. In my case, I know there's a huge desire in my heart to provide for my mom and to provide for my sister. To provide for my mom, mind you, my dad passed away. Otherwise, my dad would have been in that category, of course, with my mom. But my mom has worked so hard her whole life that my huge desire right now is just to give back to her, to allow her to travel, which is one of the things that she loves the most. Allow her to travel, just give her a credit card and tell her, do whatever you want with that credit card. Like there's literally no limit. Do whatever you want. That would make me so happy, extremely happy. Something else that would make me extremely happy is to provide for my sister. She's younger than me, 8 years younger than me. So I kind of have this. I also have a brother who's 2 years younger than me, and we get along very well. But because my sister is a lot younger, I've always had this sense of protection towards her. And I just want to make sure that she has everything she needs to complete her PhD. She's going to be doing a PhD soon. So I just want to make sure that she has everything to complete her PhD in a very comfortable manner. I do not want her to struggle at all. Other things that I would love to do, I would love to donate. There's an NGO that actually what they do is they rescue little girls in Asia who have been victim of prostitution. They rescue these little girls and they send them into centers. And in these centers, they receive housing, they receive food, they receive psychological support, they receive medical support because of all of the situations that they've been through. So this particular association, I just breaks my heart that that is happening. And I want to provide more and more and more for that association. And then there are a couple of other things that I want to do. So start donating more money back into the 2 universities where I studied. And yeah, I studied over there with scholarships and feels like I am so grateful to those 2 institutions that I want to provide more money towards those institutions. So these are things that I started doing, let's say, in small doses here and there, but I would like to do it a lot more as my income grows. My mom will benefit, my sister will benefit, this NGO will benefit, and the 2 universities in which I studied will benefit. So you need to be very clear about which are those things for you. What good are you going to do with that money? The 4th reason why you should be rich, it's because we are breaking glass ceilings, girl. You and I, we are breaking glass ceilings. If you are a woman, you should be rich because then we're moving the statistics. We need more wealth in the hands of more women. If you are a Black woman, we need you particularly to be rich. We need to be moving the gender inequalities and also the racial inequalities. If you are a lesbian woman or transsexual woman, you should be rich. We need more lesbians with a lot of money. We need a lot more transsexuals with a lot of money. We are moving, smashing glass ceilings. So when you become wealthy, this is not just for you. This is for all the women who are coming after you. And I've been thinking a lot after the Olympic Games. You've probably seen Simone Biles. She is a very famous gymnast. She got several golden medals. She's really changed the history in her own sport in gym. She's really changed and moved the needle in her own sport. But not only that, there were so many videos during the Olympic Games in which small Black little girls, they were like, "Oh my God, mommy, she looks just like me." And we've had this magnificent young Black woman there breaking glass ceilings, showing us, in the case of sports, that Black women deserve to be there and deserve to be winning all of those prizes. And that gym is for every kind of body, every kind of skin. And the same is with money. When you become wealthy, it's not just for you. It's for all the little girls who look just like you. So in my case, I am a woman, I am white, and I have curly hair. So in my case, it's for all the little girls with curly hair that are going to be thinking, she looks just like me. Look, this woman is a millionaire and she looks just like me, mom. Maybe tomorrow I can be like her too. Maybe tomorrow I can create my own business. Maybe tomorrow I'm going to be the CEO of a company and make tons of money. So when you become wealthy, it's not just for you. You're being the role model for the little girls that are coming after us. So that is reason number 4. It's for your sisters, for the little girls, for your cousins, for all the women who are coming after you. And reason number 5 is that the world becomes a better place when you become rich. Because of everything that you've said, because you're going to be happier, because all of the people around you are going to benefit from you being happier, from you being wealthier, because you're going to be doing more good around you, because you're breaking stereotypes, breaking glass ceilings. The world becomes a better place when you become wealthy. So, regardless of your age, regardless of your gender, regardless of your sexual preferences, regardless of your financial education, you deserve to be wealthy, and the world needs you to be wealthy. I am convinced of all of these things. And this is the reason why I created Wealth Codes, because we need more money in the hands of good women just like you. So the doors to Wealth Codes are open. Wealth Codes, you probably know by now, it's the money mindset program that will allow you to take your relationship with money and your finances to the next level in 9 powerful weeks. This is my money mindset program. And basically, when you join Wealth Codes, you receive a powerful money manifestation method. You receive 9 mind blowing modules. You will get 5 live sessions with me. You get access to the vault, where you're going to have a lot of meditations, hypnosis, EFT tapping, sound healing, podcast episodes to listen to, book recommendations. You're going to get access to an electric group chat with other badass women just like you, and you're going to get lifetime access to this program. So if you're done with lack, scarcity, and you're ready to step into abundance, overflow, freedom, expansion, joy, and you want to meet a bunch of other women who are on this same exact journey, Wealth Codes is the place to be. You need to get inside of Wealth Codes. We're going to have so much fun together. Now, the thing is, doors are closing on August 3rd. By the time this episode comes out, it's going to be August the 1st. So there's only going to be 2 more days, and then doors are going to close on August 3rd at midnight Central European time. So if you want to expand your capacity for wealth, you want to step up into a new level of abundance and joy and overflow and expansion in your life, get inside before doors close on August the 3rd. I want to remind you, and I want to close this episode saying that I want you to remember that abundance is your birthright. Just because you're breathing, just because you're here on this planet Earth, abundance is your birthright. And if you don't believe this needs to change. And this is what we're going to change. This is the kind of message that we're going to put in your subconscious mind. Abundance is your birthright. Just because you're living, just because you're breathing, there's nothing that you need to do. There's nothing that you need to prove. Abundance is your birthright. So I will see you inside of Wealth Codes. Get in there. I am so looking forward to seeing your name in there. There are so many women already inside of Wealth Codes. We're going to have a lot of fun together. And I cannot wait to see all of the final faces. I deeply know in my heart that this program was absolutely needed, that the universe wanted me to create this. And I do know that the women who are ready to step up into wealth, the women who are meant to step up into wealth, are the women that are going to join and see all the magic that is going to happen inside of Wealth Codes. So let's the universe do its own thing. I absolutely trust that the right women will be in there, stepping up into wealth. I sincerely hope you're one of those women stepping up into wealth. I will see you inside of Wealth Codes. And in the meantime, in Blisstopia we trust.